Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I have a very fun and exciting new pattern release to share with you. I was one of the testers. As well as I wanted to talk a little bit about Me Made May. Today is day 1 of May 1st, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for Me Made May. So let's first start with the pattern. So as many of you know, if you watch the channel for a while, or maybe even not for very long, I am a big #1 fan of Itch to Stitch patterns, but I'm also a tester for her on occasion. And she has a new pattern release today. Today she is releasing the Cerro Alto. I have the worst time with her pattern names. She names them after places. Cerro Alto Jacket. Yes, this is a picture of the new pattern right here. Okay, so basically what it is a kind of a modernized motorcycle jacket. I find that the moto jackets are extremely classic. They've just kind of become a classic silhouette. Oh my gosh, Squirmy. I match my dog today. My t-shirt and my dog are the same color. So we're kind of camouflaged here together. Okay, so it is kind of a classic motorcycle style jacket. I love it. I have a couple of moto jackets in my closet already, but this one's just it's just enough different that it's just gonna get a ton of wear. So let's talk about some of the details. So here is my version. I'll post pictures of me in it here in a little bit. But I have made mine out of a, well, let's talk about the pattern first, then I'll talk about my specific, what I've done. Okay, so it's a motorcycle jacket. We've got a nice crossover. It uses bindings for the neckline finish and for the sleeve finish. It has the asymmetrical front zipper. It has 2 zippered welt pockets in the front. It is a fully lined jacket, so you can see the lining in through there. I ran out of fabric and had to use a contrast for my yokes. It has a yoke on the back. You can kind of see the seam, which is great for color blocking, and then also a yoke on the front there. See, bindings for the sleeves. It's a 2-piece sleeve, so it makes it really easy to get a very nice fit through the sleeve. It's got princess seams in the front and in the back. Yeah, I mean, it's just a very nice, classic, fully lined jacket. It comes in the cup sizes per normal. She does an A through a double D cup. I do a size 8 with a D cup that usually fits me right out of the gate. I usually have to shorten sleeves. I mean, I'm 5'2". I have to shorten almost everything. I usually have to shorten sleeves, and I shortened these sleeves by 1 inch. And on this pattern, I did have to take the shoulders in 3/4 of an inch. So I did 3/4 of an inch narrow shoulder adjustment, which is not uncommon for me. I'm very petite in through here, and have to do that quite often. Let's see, what else? For my version, I used this viscose jacquard that I got from Blackbird Fabrics, right around Christmas time. I thought this was going to be much drapier than what it was, and it ended up being a much more bodied fabric than I thought, and so I hung on to it because I loved it so much. It almost has like a giraffe print to it, kind of. But I loved it so much, and so I was waiting for the perfect project, and when this came around, I thought, okay, there it is. A lightweight jacket for spring and fall, perfect. It's kind of this toffee color. It fits into my color palette. I have lined it, here, I'll unzip this. Lined it with this acetate that I inherited from my sewing mentor. It's just a beautiful pattern. And then I did run out, I didn't have enough fabric for my inside yokes, so I used a contrasting fabric for my inside facings, basically the inside yokes. And also, if you unzip the pocket, I used that for the inside of one side of the pocket, and then the lining is the other side. But I just ran out of fabric, so had to make do. I really wanted to use this for this jacket. And then for my bindings, I used some leather scraps that I had. So I used leather for the neckline and then also for the sleeves. And there it is, fully lined. So you could definitely roll that back and look at that fun little pop of color. Anyway, I mean, it is the perfect, I think, if you have never done a lined jacket before and you're interested in delving into those waters, this is the perfect project for that. Kenneth really walks you through, holds your hand and walks you through the entire process. Her instructions are just really easy to follow. A couple of the people in the tester groups had never done a lined jacket before and just said, they had no idea what they were doing, but they just followed step by step to trust the process, and it came out perfectly, which is exactly what you need to do on this jacket. It has a ton of steps, but if you take it one step at a time and don't get too far ahead of yourself, it comes out beautifully. I did top stitch my hem. She has you doing some hand sewing to catch stitch the hem up and the inside, but I kind of like the look of top stitched hem on moto jackets just from the style of jacket that they are. So I went ahead and top stitched my hem at 3/4 of an inch. Also, you've got the edge stitching right next to the zipper to keep things in place, so I thought that, and you've got some top stitching at the yokes, so I thought that just kind of married well. So I did go ahead and do that with my jacket. It's just going to be a fantastic topper piece, especially it's still pretty chilly here in Indiana. Obviously you can, wear it where it flops open a little bit if you want to. But yeah, it's still a little chilly here in Indiana, so we definitely still need jackets, and probably will for a little bit longer. That is the nature of the beast, living where I live. But anyway, this pattern is on sale now, I think usually for the week that she uses that. I do have an affiliate link, which means I do get a commission if you buy the pattern from my link. No pressure to do that. If you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. But the link to the pattern is down below, and that link is an affiliate link, so I do get a commission if you use that link. I think it's on sale for the next week. So if you're interested in a nice spring lightweight jacket, or fall, depending on what hemisphere you're in, this is a fantastic pattern. I just, like with all of her stuff, I'm just always so impressed. Really the only things that are kind of, you have to have interfacing. I'm trying to think with since we're all in this stay at home orders, you will need interfacing. I used a tailoring weight interfacing, and you need I think it's well, it's different for different sizes, but a longer zipper for the front. I think it was 21 inches. 22 inches, something like that. And then I think you need 5.5 inch zippers or 5.5 inch, maybe the opening is 5.5 inches. So you need like a 7-inch zipper or something, 6-inch zipper. I had to shorten my zippers, but you need 2 of those for the welt pockets. I did have to shorten my zippers. She has instructions exactly for how to do that, and that's kind of fun. You get to get the needle nose pliers out to pull teeth off your zipper, and that's only if you have a metal zipper teeth. If you use a plastic or nylon zipper teeth, you don't have to pull the teeth off. You can sew over those, so that makes that a little easier. But yeah, that is my jacket. I will post footage of me wearing it here now. I'm just really pleased with it. Again, it's a classic style jacket. The itch to stitch patterns just fit me really well. The block that she drafts from, it just works really well with my body. So the size 8 D cup is almost spot on fit every single time, which makes me love the pattern even more, just because, that is just happens that the block that she drafts from is very similar to my body. So I really love the itch to stitch patterns. As always, the testing process was wonderful for this one, and yeah, I highly recommend this jacket. So if you're in the market for a jacket, this is a really good one, especially lined. I think this would be gorgeous also in a boucle wool going forward into the colder months. I have a ton of wool that I'm even looking at right now that would make really fun moto jackets. And this didn't take that long to sew up, really, considering all of the details. So yeah, I think there's definitely at least one more of these in my future. I mean, how many motorcycle jackets does one need? Well, clearly a few. But on that note of jackets and or toppers, let's talk about Me Made May. So those of you that are familiar, Hey Zoe, what do you know? Is that what it's called? So Zoe, what do you know? Blog, Zoe, from Hayes, is that what it's, I'm going to totally butcher that. I'll put the information down below. She has hosted Me Made May for, oh God, like 7 or 8 years now, I feel like, which basically is just the month of May. You wear things that you've made, you document it. It can kind of be whatever you want it to be, depending on your level of me-mades in your closet, maybe a challenge you want to set for yourself, that you want to try and wear one new me-made piece every day. Maybe it's you want to you know, you have a me-made skirt that you love and you want to try styling it different ways for a full week, whatever that is, challenge-wise for you, it's really open-ended. And basically it's just a way to get onto Instagram and you can follow along with the, usually it's Me Made May, so MMM20 is what Me Made May 20 would be. And I think that's the hashtag MMM20. You can follow along and just see what everyone else is doing during the month of May and all the me-mades that they do. So for my own personal challenge, now this obviously is a very strange year. A lot of us aren't leaving the house much, even though, I mean, I'm in Indiana and we're still waiting. Well, as you're watching this on Friday, hopefully today, we're finding out what the stay-at-home order is going forward, and what things will be opening up, if anything, but what that looks like. So things are a little different here in the month of May. My kids will be home from school regardless. They are home till the end of the year, which is May 21st, the end of the school year. But for my Me Made May challenge, I have been making an effort to get dressed every single day. And even my husband and I have been going on some like 3.5, 4 mile walks. And when the weather's nice, the weather is horrendous today. It's like high of 47, it's blowing like crazy, and it's raining. Like there couldn't be a worse combination for spring weather. A tornado. If you were to throw a tornado in there, maybe that'd be worse. I shouldn't say that. I should knock on wood. I'm from Missouri. We have, you just mentioned the word tornado and one pops up. But anyway, tangent. Anyway, for my own closet, so on our walks, I even will wear whatever I'm wearing. So I've been taking walks in dresses and in skirts and blouses, because it's not like we're not running, like we're going at a good clip. We are doing about a 16 minute 23 second walking pace per mile. So it's taking us about 16 minutes and 23 seconds, in other words, to do 1 mile walking. So we're walking at a fairly good pace, and but not enough that I'm like, I mean, sweat's not pouring off me or anything. So I've even been walking in my nice clothes, treating it as if I were in the big city, like if I were in New York and we were doing a big walk around town, wearing comfortable shoes, but still dressing stylishly. So that's how I've been walking around the big loop around our neighborhood here recently. But for Me Made May, I would like to continue getting dressed. It just makes me feel better. But I also, if you've been watching the channel for a while, know that I had my colors done right after Christmas, and had like a mind-blowing experience of finding out that the colors that I had been wearing were completely wrong, which is why I had my colors done, because the end of last summer, I guess, I went back to my natural hair color, which is what is on my head right now. This is all natural. I mean, you can really tell because it hasn't been touched with anything for weeks and weeks and weeks. So this is the natural hair color. The roots and everything. Anyway, we can get into that more, but this is it. My bangs are just gonna get shaggier and shaggier as we go. But I've noticed that a lot of the pastels that I had been wearing pretty much my whole life, because I had been blonde, bottle blonde, I had been artificially blonde since high school. Since I was allowed to like put highlights in my hair basically, which was in high school, maybe I was 15. Anyway, so since then I have, growing up I would have like natural streaks, like golden streaks in my hair. I've never been blonde though, really. It was just kind of like a light brown with and then it would get streaky in the summer type of thing. But I had been artificially blonde my whole life, with the exception of 2 years when my kids were babies, the first 2 years of their life, because I did not have time or resources to go to get my hair colored, so it went back to its natural color. It looked awful though, because I just really didn't do anything with my hair at all. But anyway, when I went back to my natural hair color, I really noticed that the pastels that I had worn when I was blonde, I just didn't like on my body. I just didn't like them on. I didn't find them to be attractive on me at all, which is why I had my colors done. And come to find out, there was a whole lot of colors that I thought I couldn't wear that were actually really good for me. So warmer colors, I'm an autumn, and it just blew my mind. But since then, I have really gone down a rabbit hole of just making up a whole bunch of things in these colors that I thought I could never wear. Mostly because it was such an exciting thing for me. All of a sudden I can wear yellow, I can wear orange. Like orange is a great color on me and I had no idea. So I've really fallen down a rabbit hole. I've always known that chocolate brown is a good neutral for me. and navy blue. Navy blue is still in my color palette. I've always known that's a good one, that I shouldn't wear black. But gray, I shouldn't also, unless it's a really warm gray. Yeah, anyway, I digress. What's new? But I've just really fallen down a rabbit hole in making all of these colors that I never thought I could wear before, just because I was excited to add those into my wardrobe. But now that we're coming around to the spring, I've been pulling out, as many of you I'm sure are, pulling out my spring and summer clothes from last year. And there are some colors in there that I did donate the things that I wasn't in love with anymore because I was starting to notice that the colors just weren't good on me. I actually sent a gigantic box off to my cousin, who is blonde naturally, and definitely wears pastels really well. And I sent her a whole big box of some of the things that I was no longer interested in wearing. However, I do have a lot of stuff that I made last year that I still have in my closet and that still work in my color palette, like navy blue, for instance. So now I'm ready to start marrying those together. So my challenge, this was a long-winded answer, my challenge for Me Made May is to start building some modules out of things that are in my closet. So basically marrying modules that I had created last year and then created this year, and pulling pieces in and seeing what kind of, getting creative and seeing what kind of modules I can build. And if you don't know what a module is, it is an idea that Christy Russell, who is a YouTube stylist, she does when she's shopping for clients. She doesn't sew, but she does shop for clients because she's a stylist in real life and then also does stuff on YouTube. But she uses this and shopping for her clients to kind of create a cohesive closet. Not necessarily a capsule wardrobe, kind of, but not really, because, you know, a closet can be made up of many, many, many modules, or just a couple if you do want to have a minimalist wardrobe. It's kind of, it has a lot of flexibility there. But it consists of one topper, which is like a cardigan, a duster, a jacket, a vest, blazer, whatever, some layering piece over it. Two bottoms, skirt, shorts, pants, whatever, and then three tops. And then those 6 pieces, they go together. You know, you can make 12 outfits out of those 6 pieces. And then when you join another module to that, well, those pieces will go, it just grows exponentially the number of outfits you can have. So I want to go through, and instead of making, I've made a whole bunch of modules since last year, but I just want to go through now and marry some of those modules with other pieces, marry some of the modules together basically and create new ones. So that's my goal for Me Made May, and I'll be doing all of that over on Instagram. So if you don't already, you can follow me over there. My tag is Tomcat Stitchery Caramel, because I had a teenager when Instagram first came out, and Tomcat Stitchery was my business name. They helped me set up the Instagram account, and then I could never get back into it. Like, I couldn't figure out the password, and then it just got really confusing, so I had to start a second one. Obviously, Tomcat Stitchery was already taken by me, but I can't get into it. So that's where Tomcat Stitchery Caramel came from, because Carmel is where I live, and it was my business name because I had a business here in Carmel before I started the channel. So anyway, that is my handle on Instagram, but I will be, you know, journaling basically over there. I'm going to have a highlight saved of everything. I'll be taking daily outfits, but I'll also be talking about how I'm creating modules in this new, in my closet. Last year I put 2 modules together, and that's all I wore for the entire month of May, and that was a lot of fun. So I think this is going to be fun, pulling, you know, things from last spring that I wore, plus the stuff that I've currently made, and kind of making some new color stories and that kind of thing. So those are my plans for Me Made May. If you're interested in following me, you can head on over to Instagram and follow me over there. If you just want to click on the link, it's always down in the description box as well. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. I chatted quite a bit. Definitely go take a look at the Cerro Alto Jacket at Itch to Stitch if you're interested. I think it's on sale for the next week as a new release. 20% off is what she usually does. So definitely head over there if you're interested and have a look. Again, it's a very great jacket. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Sunday for part 2 of the sew along. I've got some much better camera angles for you this week, so if that was putting you off last week, definitely check out Sundays. I'm getting very excited at the growth in my videography skills. So that will be on Sunday, and then Tuesday, I have an exciting video for you because I am doing a video that's going to have a giveaway associated with it, but there's a fun sale that starts tomorrow, actually, on Saturday. And I am going to do a video about different ways you can use their patterns. There's a pattern sale that's starting on Saturday that's going from the 2nd through the 10th. And I'm gonna be going through and showing you some fun street styles that you can do with some of those patterns, because it's a really big, it's their biannual sale, this company's biannual sale, just in time for Mother's Day. But I'm gonna do a video showing you some fun, ready to wear inspiration and the patterns that you can use of theirs to recreate those. And I have a giveaway. They've given me a pattern to give away as well during that video. So make sure you're here on Tuesday. All right, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you can hit the little bell for notifications of every time I post. And if you're watching the daily vlogs, I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you Sunday or Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Bye.